there, everybody. Lily Farm Guy here with a new mod test for Monday, April the 25th. And we have Seed Production by ZoddelZockt. 4.35 megabytes to download, and only one slot on console. Right, so first of all, if you're looking at this on the Mod Hub, the title is correct. The description is completely wrong. This is not a fertilizer plant for fertilizer production, as the description on the Giants Mod Hub says. That is probably for a different mod, because it's totally not for this one. This is for seed production. So we will go through it kind of in detail. First of all, you'll find it under productions and factories, and there it is right there. Seed production, $35,000 to place, and as I said, one slot on console. Now, first thing to notice, as most of ZoddelZockt's mods, they have quite a number of options for display things. So as you can see, there's a placard on the front: seed production. Finish your crop for this next seeding. A little bit of an odd wording, but you get the idea. Now we have in, out, plus your the standard game markings and a warning markers. Now, if we go around to the back, as like I said, your your little wrench here, and you have this little gray box, which pretty much every one of his mods, or their mods, I'm assuming it's a him, has one of these. So up here, this is your lights. Circle off and on. That'll turn on the lights. The lights are up there. And then you have the warning stripes, markers, and information panels. So without all those on there, this is what you've got. So you can choose which you want on and which you don't. I kind of like the let's see here. Information panel's cool, but I know what it is. I don't need to know what that. The trigger markers are nice, but we don't really need those. What I want is the warning stripes. That will give you a definite area where the input and output and all that stuff is, without being too busy, shall we say. Also, if you don't have your your in-game markers on, it can be like a kind of a nice subtle area where you don't have to guess. Now, right, so obviously incoming materials, outgoing materials. Well, the outgoing materials are going to be seeds. Incoming is going to be, we will look at it here. So it will take wheat, barley, oats, canola, and soybean, corn, and sorghum. Those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different kinds of crop mixed with, and they're all going to have the same. The recipe is all the same for each one of them. So there's not one that's faster than the other or more profitable or whatsoever. They're all going to use 100 units of crop, 10 units of liquid fertilizer, and 5 units of herbicide. So as you can see over here, 100,000 liters each of the different kinds of crop, and 10,000 liters each of liquid fertilizer and herbicide. Now, just by looking at that and the recipe, you're going to run out of liquid fertilizer before you run out of herbicide. Right, so we're going to turn them all on, and we're going to jump ahead for 1 month, and we're going to see what our capacities are, or if it even reaches capacity and if and when and how fast. And then we're going to show you the input, taking stuff in and out and so forth. Just kind of give you an idea of how that works. So we will see. Oh, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen. And what did happen after a month? Let's take a look. Totally not that button. All right, so as you can see here, our crop has gone down about 8,000 liters for each one, which is, you know, what it is. It is what it is. Our fertilizer's down by about half, and our herbicide's down by a third, as expected, or maybe a quarter. I would say a quarter because, yeah, that's a half. That'll be a quarter. And we have 54,000 liters of seed. 54,000 liters. So you're probably looking at about 10,000 if you only had one of them. 7, maybe not quite 10, probably breaking that down into, well, I'll divide 54 by 7. And there you have the amount if you only had one turned on. So I don't think anyone's gonna. How much seeds are you gonna actually use? I mean, let me see if I can see my seed used on this map. I've only used 10,000 liters of seed, so I think your seed production is going to be way more than what you're going to use. You're going to be selling it. I'm not even going to. That's 50. That's 100. You're looking at the capacity, seed capacity here, just by looking at the levels that we have here. That's 50. If that's 100, you're probably looking at 1,000,000 liters of capacity for storage. That'd be my rough guess. In and out. Right. So we got an empty tank here. Start filling seeds. There it is. You can fill seeds in. Can you put them back in? No. So you can't put them back in. Once it's out, it's out. As well as the same thing goes for the crop. So once you put crop in there, you're not going to get it out unless you convert it into seeds. So putting crop in is pretty much basically the same. We're just going to put a little bit of wheat in here just to show you how that works. Now there's other seed factories out there, so this isn't the only one, but there we go. Seeds going in just like that. Or not the seed, the crop. The wheat was going in to be converted to seed. So again, like I said, once it's in there, it's not going to come out unless it is been produced or converted into seed. Now here I got some liquid fertilizer, and that is pretty much the same thing. You just drive up to it until you see the trigger, put your liquid fertilizer in there, and you're good to go. And so that's something probably you might be able to get by with 2 months without putting any liquid fertilizer in there. I would have liked to have seen a larger capacity for liquid fertilizer if it's going to go through it that fast. But quite honestly, I don't think everybody's gonna. I don't think you're gonna be running all 7 crops all at once. You might have 1 or 2 at a time producing seeds, because not everyone's going to have every single one of these crops available to be putting in there. So, well, just for giggles, we're going to cut away, and I'm going to see what the capacity is, because someone's going to ask me, and I'm going to like, so all right, so After many months, um, here we are. So we're down to a quarter of each um, crop, and we're up to 400. So 500,000 roughly is halfway, a million liters. Um, Unless you completely forget about it and go for. I mean, you're gonna have to refill the liquid fertilizer every 4 months and every 8 months herbicide, because they will run out in 4 months. So you're gonna have to look at it at least every 4 months, and it's probably taken about 12 to get it to halfway. So yeah, there it is. One last thing: can you refill a seeder from it? Well, you certainly can, and it is fast. Ba-bam. So, there you go. That is seed production by ZoddelZockt. 4.35 megabytes to download. As I said, one slot on console. And yeah, so don't pay attention to the description. Hopefully that'll get fixed. It's very confusing. Um, I was confused at first, which doesn't always take much to confuse me, but that is where it's at. I'm Looney Farm Guy, and remember, it's only a game. Till next time, bye for now.